City series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Doran Becker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree.
What's up, everybody? It's Sneakerhead M Checks. I got the 2026 Jordan Oreo 6s releasing Saturday, August 8th. So as usual, we're going to take a close detailed look at the shoe from all angles. I'm going to put these on and step around them so y'all can see they look on feet. I also have the original Oreo 6s from 2010. So I'll be comparing the two throughout the video and we'll go over all the differences. After that, I'm going to share my opinion on these, talk about which release I like better, why I will or won't be copping these, and more. So let's get right to it. The toe box material is a lot softer than it is on the originals. It's that thicker suede or nubuck or whatever material it is. See, the 2010s don't have that fuzzy-like feeling right here when these do. I mean, the texture is really not that much different, to be honest. These just feel softer. And everything else is the same for the most part. Different stitching pattern on the Jumpman here. See, it's more consistent instead of the butt crack Jumpman, as some people like to call it. A lot of pairs made during this time were stitched like this as opposed to, you know, that more even stitching. Lace locks up here. And like I said, everything else is pretty much the same from here. Blue tint on the translucent part, same speckle and everything on the midsole. And I just realized there's no tumble on the leather. If you look at the 2010 pair, it has tumble all on that white leather, but for these, it's just a flat, smooth surface. Now y'all let me know, do you prefer the tumbled leather that the originals had, or do you like the smooth leather that the newer pair has? And I really didn't think that that mattered to me at all for these, but I don't know, for some reason, the more I look at them, it seems like it does matter. And I also feel like the quality of the leather plays a big role because see how this is for real, like nice and smooth right here? I could get with that, but like, you see when shit's looking like this, y'all could have just, you know, gave us a tumbled leather for all that. I think regardless of what I prefer, I think the biggest role is how nice the leather looks, whether it's smooth or tumbled. Jumpman on the back. Now to be completely honest, a Nike Air back here would have looked better, but they would have really blew mine if they did that. So glad they have the Jumpman just like the originals. Keep the nostalgia there, keep the consistency. Say the Nike Air for something else. Interior's all black, white logo on the insole. And I don't know why Jordan Brand is so adamant about putting a blue tint on everything translucent now. The way it's been forced on us over the years, I've honestly just gotten used to it. And you know, for certain things it does look nice, but sometimes it's just unnecessary. Like in this case, like I said, it looks cool, but all black and white upper should have just been a clear sole. The blue doesn't look bad because, you know, nothing goes wrong with black and white, but I just think it should have been a clear sole. And yeah, I know the regular clear soles are going to turn yellow after a while like this, but this over here is going to look like green, so it's not like they age any better than these. So I really don't understand why, especially in situations like this, why they couldn't just do the regular clear outsole like the old days. They come in the face box, splatter paper on the inside, another white layer under, and here's the box label. Air Jordan 6 Retro in white and black. Yeah, they couldn't fuck that color description up. Here's a quick all around view of the shoe. Alright, now see they look on feet.
Go ahead. Chasing that bag, it only makes sense that I bank with JP Morgan. Right. Fuck with my money, then me and my homies post up, but you do like we doing it. If you owe me paper, come pay it. I might get impatient, so this is your warning. You heard me. I get a thought to line, you split up your money, then spend it on Jordans. He say, she say, I'm fly as hell, and I might take your bitch.
So in comparison to the original pair from 2010, the 2026 Oreo 6s have softer, thicker nubuck as opposed to the more like flat, stiff feel that it has on the 2010 pair. Smooth leather on the upper as opposed to it being tumbled, and a blue tint on the translucent part of the outsole as opposed to it being clear, or yellow in this case. Not a must cop, but I like them. Oreo 6s are a great shoe. Always have been. I remember when these first came out. And you know what's funny about this picture? First of all, the fit. Plaid shorts is crazy. Easy on me though. It was 2010, so if you know, you know. Plaid shorts was cool back then. I think that's an Ed Hardy shirt. Wired Apple headphones, well before AirPods. The Jordan headband, that was my signature thing. But I know there was no way we planned this. It had to be a coincidence. Because I know that I would not have been down to match shoes like that. Even if it's the homies, I'm not doing that. Like, fuck, is we a couple? Now, if I got a girl and she wants to match shoes, that's different. I'm doing that. that's fine. But the homies, nah. Like if gang hit me up ahead of time talking about I'm about to wear the Oreos, I'll throw on the Carmines or the Olympics or infrareds, honestly. But the same exact shoe, like what are we doing? And I've always felt that way, like even back then. So that's how I know this picture had to be a coincidence. We was fly though. Shout out my homegirl Jasmine. But anyway, it's a good shoe, good black and white shoe. For people that like pairs, I can kind of just go with anything. Not so much an everyday shoe, only because there's a lot of white on them and all this translucent part can get discolored and dirty and stuff. So not as much of an everyday shoe as like a pair of black cats or something like that, but still a good go with everything kind of shoe. Good appearance too. You know, these always reminded me of like black Carmines or black Olympic sixes. I think that's what first like drew me to them. Not much different from the original. No drastic or deal breaking changes, at least for me. And also the release timing was good. I feel like it wasn't too soon where, you know, it felt like we just got these and a lot of people still had the originals in good condition. And it also wasn't like too long of a wait where you can barely find these in good condition and the pairs that you do find aren't wearable and all of that. Like it was almost like a perfect time to re-release these. Like I said, not too soon, not too late. But leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about these, if you plan on copping or not, and which release you like better, 2010 or 2026. So I don't know why, but when I first saw these, I was considering passing. And I still don't really know like what had me feeling like that. It's not like there's any changes on here that really make me not want these. I mean, I know I said I think I prefer the tumble leather, but the smooth leather's fine. As long as it's not wrinkly or overly defective, I'm cool with it. I like the softer nubuck, so that's not a problem. Like I said earlier, I do think a clear outsole on these would have been better than the blue tint, but that's not like making me not like the shoe or anything. So I don't know what it was, but then I laced these up the way I do and put them on feet and my mind damn near completely changed. I don't know what I was thinking. And I should have known better. Jordan 6s look so good on feet, especially when they're laced the right way and the lace job looks good. These nothing to go crazy over, but I like them. You know, another thing is too, this is a size 10. Y'all know I usually wear a 9.5, but the way 6s run big, I normally go a half size down and get a 9. So this size 10 is like a whole size too big. I mean, it's just a size, and I mean, a fire shoe is fire in every size. It's not like I got a size 16 or something like that. So I don't think that was like ruining it for me, but I feel like when I get a size 9 of these in hand, I'll appreciate them even more. But I'm gonna wait a little bit to do that because number one, I refuse to pay retail, and being that I'm only really gonna get these as basically a backup to these and I can still wear these, I really don't need to rush to get these. And knowing that the market value is going to continue to drop for the next few weeks or months after release, like it just doesn't make any sense for me to get these now. So yeah, they'll be very easy to cop. You can honestly get them for under retail now, but I'm trying to see how low it's going to go. I feel like they may go down to, you know, 150, 160, but it's just tough because I just don't like to sleep on black and white colorways because y'all know a lot of people like an all black shoe or black and white shoe with the neutral colors so they can match whatever. They're not going to sell out right away. They're going to go into retail. They're going to sit around, but I just don't think for that long. But just keep an eye on the market. If you're like me, planning to get them at that lowest price point, just check it on the regular, and whenever you feel like they're at their lowest or close to their lowest and your money is right, go for it. But if this video was helpful in any way or taught you anything, I really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. Likes and comments are always appreciated. And if you're interested in more comparison reviews like this or any other sneaker related content, please do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Once you're subscribed, make sure you tap that little bell icon where the subscribe button was and select all. That way when I put a new video out, you'll get notified and you won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.